This is a plesiosaur cryptoclidus. It was found in 1990 in the Blockley Quarry in Blockley, Gloucester in England. This is a Jurassic period specimen, and it's beautifully preserved. These are specimens that you don't often find with this level of preservation, with this level of completeness. If you take a close look, you can see the ribs are just absolutely gorgeous. Like Australia, the hips, the pelvis, everything looks fantastic. It's very rare to get something of this high quality. We've nicknamed it Nessie because of the shape, as you know, many people believe that the silhouette of the Loch Ness monster, so-called Loch Ness monster, was inspired by this creature. And they do come from the same region, of course, though the lake bed of the Loch Ness, of course, was formed far, 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 far later than this creature died. So the likelihood of plesiosaurs having lived in the Loch Ness are pretty much zero. But it's interesting to note that creatures of this shape and size did live in that region. So perhaps there is some other kind of tale that has been passed down to inspire the Loch Ness story. $600,000 to $800,000. This is a Pteranodon longiceps that was found in Logan County, Kansas. It is very rare to find a specimen of this size and of this extremely high quality preservation of bones. We don't find many Pteranodon specimens around the United States because the bones are very fragile. Pteranodon bones were hollow to allow them to fly, and so when they get fossilized, they get flattened to an almost paper-thin consistency. So there are some geological areas where you've got very heavy stone to compact them, and where we find is a very good place to find them is in the the Smoky Chalk Hills in Kansas, particularly the Niobrara Formation, because it's chalk. And if you look at the color of the specimen, you can see this kind of chalky color, because the creatures take on the coloration of the minerals that surround them. What's really exciting about this specimen, what you'll often see with something that is mounted, is that there is filler in between. Anytime you find more than 50% original bone, that's a huge find. But if there's a challenge there, right? You find the pieces, you put them together, you have to fill in the blanks. And so that's done with cast material or sculpted material. And in the instance of this Pteranodon, rather than filling in those blanks with sculpted material, we didn't do that. It's displayed as it was found, so there's real transparency between what is fossil bone and what has been filled in. The legends of dragons are likely inspired. The wingspan is about 19 feet, and then probably would have been a little larger with, you know, with the rest of the body was there. The estimate is $4 to $6 million. And I think it very well could be a museum. I mean, we see interest from both institutions and private collectors for these specimens. Many of the collectors want to loan them to museums or donate them to museums. So it may very well ultimately end up in a museum collection.